how can I get new products without the risk? Don't we all want that? We do. So the good thing is there is actually an answer to that. The thing I'll preface that with, though, is that you need to be willing to compromise. So if you want something super, super specific or something that's catered to a particular audience or a particular need, for instance, I'm super tall. If you're wanting something that is for tall people, this method's probably not going to work for you. Or if you want something that is out of the ordinary, it's probably not going to work for you. But there's a method that I call the quick launch method. So if you're wanting something like a basic t-shirt and you want to put a logo on it or a print on it, or if you're an activewear brand and want some new leggings, something like that, rather than developing new product from scratch, which of course costs money, there's also the option to basically buy what I call blank items. So like a regular pair of leggings, for instance, have your own print applied on it. And the beauty of this is that there's no minimum order quantity. So with the usual production, you have to go through the sample process, which costs money. You'll need your tech packs, which cost money. You'll need to have a production run, which usually is a minimum of, absolute minimum really 50, often 100, 300 or more. With this, you can just order a new pair of leggings, for example, once you've sold them. So again, we don't have that risk. In a way, it's similar to the pre-selling method because we are going with this philosophy of making the sales up front, then having the stock produced. But the quick launch method, that company who you work with, they're going to print those leggings, for example. They're going to print those as soon as the customer orders and sends them to the customer. So usually the whole thing takes 2 weeks. And I mean, I've shipped internationally in 2 weeks. So if you're working sort of domestic, working with a supplier who's in your country, it might even be a week. So that's really the fastest way to get new products without the risk of a big production run. And there's a lot of different options. So you might want to create new clothing products to complement what you already have, but it's also a way of getting accessories in, for example. So if you sell swimwear, you might want to have like a beach towel and some sandals or flip-flops or whatever you call them. I know there's so many different words for flip-flops. You might want to have a beach bag, something like that. And that's a really good one for the quick launch method, because that way you can just have a look at what is available, what are the blank items that a particular provider has, and how can you quickly customize that. I would usually recommend to have at least a sample so that you've seen the quality for yourself, checked that you're happy with it, but also then you've got something to photograph yourself as well. But other than that, you don't really need to have any product sent to you. It can just be automated through your website so that when somebody makes the purchase, the factory is notified, they make the product and send it over, and it's just one at a time so that you're not holding stock, you don't have that risk. So for those of you who are watching this and maybe don't have any product yet, that's a way that you could actually start making sales, start making some extra money quickly without needing a lot of money to get started. You can do this really, really inexpensively because you don't have to have those samples, tech packs, production, the whole thing. You don't have to do that. So I love that method.